we talk about heaven and how great it's going to be. It is going to be great. We talk about the marriage of the Lamb and all the great moments. It's going to be heaven, the throne room there. We're going to get to be there and worship. And it's just going to be powerful. And it's great. But who knows, God has great blessings for us right now. Right? It says, the Bible says that He prepares a table in front of thy enemies. I don't think we're going to have any enemies in heaven, so I'm believing that's down for us right now in this world we live in. He says, I prepare a table. I'm an eater, y'all. Come on. I like it. And I found that you can be, the Bible says that He has prepared a table for us. And so today I want you to think of this before we get going. I want this to be your thought today. What kind of person are you going to be today at the table? He has prepared the table, right? He cooked the food. He made the food possible. When Jesus died on the cross, He paid for the food, right?
Yes, yes.
All He asks of us is to eat it. To take it. That's free will, right? Who knows this? Jesus, the Lord is a Lord of compassion and mercy, right? Right? He's not a coddler. Okay? He's not like your significant other in high school. The harder you play, the more they like you, No, I don't really like you. Jesus ain't that. He says, I've got everything. I've prepared it. It's available to you. All you have to do is eat. All you have to do. He's give you grace and mercy. That's your plate. That's your fork. Just take of it. So you could be one or two people today at the restaurant. I go to restaurants and I eat and I watch people. I know how they are. You can be one or two people. You can be the guy that goes and you go there all the time. You know the waitresses by name. You feel like you deserve to be there. You're a regular, right? And you just kind of sit there and watch people and whatnot. And you just kind of get the same old every time. Right? It's my grandpa. You can be that today. This can be just another service to you. This can be just another time you come to church. You come to church all the time. You know everybody. You sit by the same people all the time. You can be that today and you can leave and it's just be another day, another Sunday. Alright? That can be you today. That's not who God wants you to be today.
That's right.
The Lord wants you to be the heavy-set family of 5 from Melbourne, Arkansas that got in because it's tax time. Come on. And we're ready to throw down this place ain't ever been saying. That's who He wants you to be today. That's what I want today in church. All right, let's come in like this is just a big moment, a special moment, because it is. And we're just here to enjoy God, and to be blessed.
Yes.
Here's the thing about Him. I think Cheryl said it perfectly. He's whoever you need Him to be today. He can be an intimate candlelight dinner table for 2 for you right now. Just you and Him, if that's what you need. If you need a moment just with Jesus, that's what He can be for you right now. Or He can be a backyard barbecue of just good times and just worship and fun. He can be that. So today, what are you going to be today? Are you going to just sit here and it's going to be the same old? Or are you going to be the guy that was the 9th caller and got a free ticket to be here today because you knew John Wayne's birthday? I see that listen on the radio. They give away like free meal coatings and people fired up. My family's usually callers. I see them. I hear them on there. True story. I'm not just saying that. So today, let's just enjoy God today. All right, let's come here. This ain't just another Sunday. This is not just another time where we just come and just do our church stuff. Let this be just a great moment with God. Amen. Let's go to a little prayer. Everybody stand. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you and we're so thankful for your uniqueness today, Lord God. That every moment with you is special and not like the last. It's exactly what we need. Right now, Lord, I ask that you touch every individual here individually, Lord. You give them exactly what they need. Let them recognize the specialness of this moment. You have prepared for them everything they will need for this life. Every blessing, every moment, you have prepared it and made a way for it. All we have to do is just go up and partake. So right now, Lord, I pray that this is a church of partakers today. People that are hungry for you. Lord, bless this service, Lord. And everybody says, Amen. I'm starving now. I've done it. Got hungry. All right, we're going to be in 1 Peter 2:9. First Peter 2:9. I'm just going to read this really quick here. I'm reading this out of King James because I like how it words it. And I figure I get on Miss Louisville's good side today. Both those things. Good. It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood and holy nation, a peculiar people. This means peculiar here don't mean weird, it means special. You're a special people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light. Ain't that awesome? Right? Ain't that good? That's good, right? That is our potential today. Right? That is our potential. He says, I have created for you a way and an opportunity to where you can have great potential. A royal priesthood, a holy nation, a special people that shows forth his praises. That's who we can be. But who knows what potential is? Potential is something that is awesome, that could happen, but that hasn't happened yet. Right? Who knows that, like in sports, people pay big money for potential. They will pick a player that they think is going to be really good. And they'll pay them lots of money in what they can be. Are you with me? Not what they are yet, but what they can be. Potential's a big deal. A lot of people, like I said, I know we got a guy we work with, he's big into hunting dogs. And he gets these 2 high-powered dogs, and they'll have puppies, and they sell them for big money because they could be something really good. They aren't yet, but they could be. Who knows, a lot of people today live in the could be, but not yet. God's plan for your life, I don't care if you're a newborn baby or you're 100 years old, is not to live in what could be. It's to live in what is. Let's look at some stuff here. I think this is going to be something for somebody or everybody today. We see God is not a God of potential. He's a God of reality. But many people, like I said, live in potential. They live in what could be. I want to look now at a few people here that lived in potential. They had all the potential in the world, but for some reason they couldn't sell out. They couldn't grab on. Okay? Let's look at this. Social potential. That'd be Saul. Who knows here today Saul? He could have been the man. He was the king before David, right? And the Bible says he started out the real deal. He started out where people, it says that he did things the right way. He leaned on Samuel. Things were good. Saul had social potential. He had potential to do great things in his country. Right? I mean, Saul was a man, it said that he stood above the rest. When people seen a king, they said, that's what it looks like, Saul. That's who it is. He looked like that. He's the kind that I'm sure that the guy said, man, I wish I was like Saul. I wish I was as strong as Saul. I wish I was as cool as Saul. I wish I could influence like Saul does. Saul was like people looked up to. He had great potential. What he could be is who knows. But Saul, for whatever reason, a lot of it was pride, could not sell out. He could not give it all to Jesus. He could not give it all to God. And he lived him. He became a man known for what he could have been, but what he wasn't. What a sad, sad story. I think of Esau. They said Esau, he really did have it all going on. He had all the social, he was the firstborn, which who knows back then, like it still should be today, the firstborn's the best. It should still be that way, but that's for another time. I'm the oldest, everybody must have known. But he was the oldest, and he came in and was born first, and it says he was a hunter, he was a man's man, he was all this and that. He was primed to take over the house for Isaac and be that leader for the people. But for some reason, and that reason being self-control, you can blame Jacob all you want, but Esau lacked self-control. Jacob didn't say, hey, I'm going to kill you if you don't give me my birthright. Jacob asked for it. Esau, lacking self-control, just living in the now moment, gave it to him. Right? So for whatever reason, and like I said, I think it's self-real, Esau gave away that future and became a man of potential, but never was anything that potential could have been. And those are sad, sad stories, and you think, man, that's awful. But today, but can I tell you, there's people all over this world with that kind of potential. Potential to be leaders in church. Potential to reach people at a huge level. They have all that. God has blessed them with a social status of whatever, they've got a good name. People look at them and say, I want to be that person. But they take all that in and they put all that energy towards the wrong direction. And they're always just potential. In the NBA or in the NFL or in sports, that's called a bust. Somebody that ought to be really good but never really does anything, it's called a bust. I don't want to be a bust in the spiritual world. I don't want to be that person that the Lord says, I had great plans for you. You were going to be someone that reached so many, but you never would grab a hold. Social potential. The potential to reach so many people. The next thing is this economic potential. I think of the rich young ruler here. This guy was, in the society, was the real deal. It said, number one, the first word in his name is rich. Right? That's awesome. I guess I don't know how I'd be labeled in the Bible. I don't want to think about it. So, goofy, heavyset preacher, I don't know. I don't know what my three names would be. His was rich young ruler. Right? You're talking about potential. Number one, he's already rich and he's young, so that means he's probably only going to get richer. He's a ruler. That means he probably has great influence because he's got people that are under him. What an opportunity. What an opportunity to reach people, to bless people less fortunate, to just go out and, look at that potential. Look at that. That is phenomenal. This guy, who knows what he could do? Who knows what his future holds? The sky's the limit, right? But we know that he comes to Jesus. And he says, hey, what do I got to do to inherit heaven? What do I got to do? And he said, follow the 10 Commandments. He says, oh, I've done that. That's great. He says, sell everything you have and follow me. Lay down all that potential and grab onto the real thing. And not be a man of just potential anymore, but be a man of substance. Be somebody that isn't going to be something great, but is great by that. And the rich young ruler did something crazy. He was looking at the real thing. And I believe he knew he was. Because why else would he run and say, Master, what do I got to do? If he didn't think Jesus was the real deal, he wouldn't have been running to him asking him what it was going to take to get to heaven in the first place, right? So here he is. He's looking at the real thing. He's looking at substance. He's looking at now. Now blessings. Now opportunities. And he looks at his stuff, his potential. What could be, but isn't ever going to be. And he picked that. Are you with me? That's what he picked. And now we know him not by a name, but by a title or a description. Rich young ruler. What if he'd have said yes? What if he'd have said that's exactly what I need to do? What if he'd laid all that down? We may know him by his name. He may have wrote a book in the Bible. Who knows? I may be preaching out of it today. I spit on you there. I apologize. Don't have to go back. I'm going to spit on y'all too. I looked over and Dustin. What's he doing right here? I thought he was about to jump on me. I got nervous. It's close. But he could have grabbed substance. He could have grabbed something real. He could have grabbed exactly what he needed. But he chose not to. Potential. There's Christians today that God has blessed them to be blessings. And they will not grab a hold of it. He's given them everything they need to succeed. He's given them great influence. He's given them financial freedom. He's given them all these things. And they will not grab a hold of that. That begins to be their That potential begins to be what they are. Oh, I'm going to be something someday. And Jesus is saying, be something now.
Yes. Yes.
Potential. Just potential. Next thing is this. Religious potential. We talked about social potential. We talked about economic potential. Now we're talking about religious potential. Well, I know every song in the Heavenly Highway hymns. I've got, 17 preachers in my contacts list on my phone. Religious potential. I think of the sons of Eli here. Eli was a great prophet. Who knows that? Great man of God. Just a great man. And he had sons, and they were preachers' kids. That's what they were. And they said, I guarantee you, more church service than anybody in the world. I guarantee you they heard every kind of sermon there is. They knew every ritual. They knew everything. I guarantee you they knew where everybody sat. I guarantee you when preachers come together for fellowship meetings, they said, hey, them guys are going to be something someday. They learned under the best. Eli was the best. I guarantee you when they went through town, people talked about how great, they're going to take over in their daddy's footsteps, and they're going to keep it going, maybe make it better. I bet they wore the nicest suits. They were everything religion said you need to be. Are you with me? They knew every preacher in the area. They had it going on. But the Bible says they were scoundrels and didn't know the Lord. Eli's relationship didn't build them. Eli's relationship with God was whose relationship with God? It was Eli's. But his sons, they didn't grab onto that same thing. I guarantee they could play the part, don't you? I bet if you didn't know no better, they could come up and they could spill out a sermon and you say, man, they know what they're doing. But they missed the big deal. They were all potential. Once again, you kind of get the thing here. They were all potential. They knew everything there was to know, but they didn't know the Lord. And what happened? He says, I'm passing them over, I'm picking Samuel. Samuel didn't have none of that. Samuel, he was just a little runaround boy, who he was in the church. I figured he's the guy that they said, hey, go get this. Go get, hey, right away from you, go get that. Hey, see if there's a pew over here. It's kind of leaning, see if you can fix it. That's probably who he was. I've read a lot of stuff. Samuel was probably kind of the little guy there that helped everybody. But guess what? He may not have that potential, but he had the Lord. That's all he needed. And the Lord turned that into something way greater than what their potential could ever be. Because they could not grab on to God. Maybe they thought, well, Eli, Daddy over here is good enough for all of us. That's not the case, guys. Today you can know church and not know the Lord. Today you can know everything there is to know about church. You can know every song. You can know every sermon. You can quote every book of the Bible. You can know everything. You can have as good of a Jesus conversation with anybody there is. And you can do all those things and completely miss the real deal. You can be just potential. All those things they soaked up from Eli, can you imagine how good they could be if they had grabbed hold of God? Who knows how powerful that ministry could have been if they couldn't do it. They thought, whatever, we're going our own way. Today, can I tell you, the Lord says, I don't want you to be good at religion. I want you to be close to me. I don't want you to know religion. I want you to know me. I don't want you to come in here and do our little thing we do and believe and everything, like we had church. He wants you to come in here and know Him and grow closer to Him. That's what He wants. And that's what we should, that's what we need. That's what we want, but that's what we need today. I don't want to be a guy, hey, remember Kendall, he had a lot of religious potential. Well, he could have been something great. He could have been a real good preacher. He could have been a real good pastor. He could have been this. He could have been that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the guy that could have been something great. God I'd rather be, look at old poor pitiful Kendall. He ain't worth nothing. But boy, he loves Jesus. I'd a lot rather be that today. That's better. Glory to God. You may be here today and you may say, this is all well and good and great. I hear what you're saying, but I don't have any potential. I don't have social potential like you talk about. I didn't come up in a good family. I didn't come up in no great, this or that. Or I don't have economic potential. I barely have enough money to pay my bills. Or I don't have any religious potential. I didn't go to church till I was well in my later years of life. I never went to church as a kid. My parents, we didn't even know what church was. You said, I appreciate what you're preaching, but you said it was for everybody. But it obviously isn't for me because you're not talking to me because I don't feel like I have any potential. Can I tell you, there's two kinds of people. There's people with potential and there's people with barriers. Right? Life is just on barriers. There can be social barriers. Can I tell you, Mary battled social barriers. She was a woman in a man's world, right? But that didn't stop her from going in the house and anointing Jesus. She didn't care about social barriers. She went and did it anyway. And what did Jesus do? He said, get out of here, woman. No. He blessed her. And he said, of all the things, this is what I want. This is what I want. He said, the poor will be there. You can feed the poor later on because they got to griping. Oh, it's perfume. He said, you can feed the poor with that money anytime. He said, I'm here now. Grab hold of this, guys. Those were potential people. Judas was one of them. He was looking at that and saying, oh, look what that could do. That could feed lots of people. That could do this. That could do that. And Jesus said, hey, don't worry about what it could do. Look what it's doing right now. It's anointing me.
Yes.
Glory. Today, can I tell you, you don't have to be raised in the best family in the world for Jesus to love you and to use you. You don't have to have a certain last name. You don't have to have been a member here X amount of years for the Lord to use you. You're here today. He wants to have a relationship with you, and He wants to use you right now.
Yes.
You may say, well, that's great and all, but you talked about economic potential. I don't have any of that. I can't give nothing. I can't give anything. I don't have anything to give. I just pay my bills, feed myself a little bit. That's all I got. That's all I have. Can I tell you, there's people all through the Bible with economic barriers? I think of Mephibosheth. This guy had like every barrier there was. He was the son of Saul. Or son of Jonathan, I'm sorry. Grandson of Saul. There's a good family to come out of. Right? The guy was like extremely disliked in Israel. So then you get to roll up and say, well, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Mephibosheth. Oh, which family did you come from? Oh, I'm Saul's grandson. Who's? Saul's. You didn't want to say it because that would be embarrassing. So here we had Mephibosheth. He didn't come from no great family name. He came from a name where people were like, oh, you're Saul's. Oh, okay, yeah. Remember that whole story. I'm out. And the Bible says that when the whole thing went down with Saul, Jonathan, and David, and they found out that Saul and Jonathan had died, and it says that his keeper, his maid, his caregiver picks up Mephibosheth, a small child, and runs off with him. And when she does, she drops him. So he's crippled. Right? He can't walk. He can't move. In those times, if you can't do those things, you can't work. Everything in those times that was work was labor involving having to be able to walk or run or lift or things like that. He couldn't do those things. So you can't tell me Mephibosheth was probably a real wealthy guy. It says he lived in Lodabar, which was like which means desert place. So he didn't live in the best town. He didn't have the best job. He didn't come from the best family. He had all these barriers, but guess what? At the end of Mephibosheth's story, we talk about him eating at David's table, the king's table. Despite all these barriers, he still found favor with the king. Not by his own doing, purely by grace. Can I tell you today, you may feel like my life is barriers. I've got economic barriers. I'm having to go. I'm just trying to make ends meet. I just can barely make it. I just feel like that. I just try and I try, but it just seems like every time I take 2 steps forward, I take 3 back. And it just feels like my life is so hard. Can I tell you today that doesn't keep you from Jesus? That won't keep you. Jesus don't look at you and say, "Oh, you ain't got your life straightened out. I don't want to talk to you." That's people stuff. Jesus loves you just like you are today. He loves you in your situation you're in. He wants to bring you out of it. Can I tell you today that despite those barriers today, you have a great opportunity to be greatly used by Christ. The last one is this: religious barriers. Talk about religious potential, religious barriers. I see this a lot, and it hurts my heart. I experienced a lot of Melbourne. I remember this a lot. We had some groups that come in, and they knew nothing about church. And it intimidated them. They didn't know what to do, really. They had never went to church, and it intimidated them. And they come to me, and they said, we feel out of place. We feel out of place. We don't know what to do. We don't know, just constantly sitting and standing. We don't know what to do. We don't know none of the songs. We don't know, we don't know. We just, we appreciate you having us in. I just Bible. I met on town or something in Bible. I said, guys, here's the deal. This whole thing here isn't about knowing church. I'm talking about old go. It's about knowing Jesus. You may be here today and you may say, I feel like the Lord is wanting to use me, but I've not been going here that long. Or I don't know that much. I'm not, I don't know the Bible that great. Or I wasn't raised in church. I didn't go to church very much. I didn't raise my kids in church. Can I tell you today, that stuff is in the past. And it's sad, and I hate it, and it ain't good, and I wish as a kid you were raised in church, and I wish as a kid you were brought to the house of the Lord, and I wish as a young adult maybe you would have brought your kids, but you know what? You're here today. And that's all the Lord cares about. And He wants to use you just like He wants to use the person next to you, and the person on the other side of you, and the person that's been here 35 years, and the person that's been here forever. He wants to use you all the same. Do not put barriers. Those barriers aren't really Jesus barriers. They're people barriers. They're barriers we put, they're self-barriers. They're barriers we put on ourselves because we feel like we're not good enough. And can I tell you today, we ain't good enough, but He's good enough. So what are you going to be today? I want everybody to stand right now. I'm going to ask you 2 very simple questions. This is going to be like literally the most simple altar call in the history of the world. Today, are you going to be a bust? Are you going to be somebody that the Lord has given you so much potential, so much opportunity, but you don't want it? You're not interested in it. Are you going to be an underachiever in the Spirit, with Christ? Are you just not going to do it? Or today, are you going to be an overcomer? Can I tell you who the greatest religious overcomer of all time was? And that's Jesus. Religious barriers were placed in front of Him like crazy. The Pharisees would come and say, you can't do this. The Sadducees would come and say, you can't do this. And He's the whole time just stepping over them saying, I'm not here about religion. I'm here about changing people's lives. So what are you going to do today? Who are you going to be today? Are you going to be somebody that reaches people, that blesses people, that sells out and says, this is what I'm about? Or are you going to be somebody that is just so close, right there, come to church but never get in, and waste all that stuff God's put in your life, all that opportunity? As Jonathan put something on right now, here's what we're going to do. It's a simple altar call all the time. If you're here today and you say, Kendall, it's time for me to sell out. I have come and I've stood at the line too long. Fear, embarrassment, whatever it may be, has kept me from stepping forward and really giving it all to Him. Let me be an overcomer. Let me really reach people. Really getting everything God has for me, all those opportunities. It's kept me from it. And today I want to step over that line. I want to break that threshold, and I want to come and I want to receive everything God has for me. And I want to sell out, and I want to be that person that's a barrier breaker from here on out.